Yeah, hi, good evening. So yesterday just we discussed about Android and what are the benefits from the course if you learn, and then what we supposed to do and what are our timetable that we discussed, right? So now today, let me share my screen. So today, first we will concentrate on what is the exact course content that we will discuss here now. So for that here, now let open that. So as I told, right, so we are discussing about Android with the latest version, that is Android 14. So with this Android 14, now we are going to discuss the course content. So so this is the course content. So here in the first session, just we discussed about introduction of Android and what is Android, why this Android is important nowadays, because other platforms are also there. So apart from the other platforms, why this is needed, why this is important, that we can discuss in detail of this year. The next year, features. So what are the features this Android has? So that we'll discuss, and that some of them are the key features, like specifically for this. So how that specific features. So that we will discuss here the specific features here. Then after here, this is we will discuss the open source, how and how this became an open source. What is the benefits if this is an open source? That we will discuss in detail here. Then after here in Android, we have multiple versions, and each version has some advantages and some disadvantages. So that each and every version and version wise features we will discuss, because why this version wise features and drawbacks is needed means that is very important here, because the dependence that as a development also. Why? Because I'm working currently on Android 14. So I tested my application with Android 14. So it is working perfectly Android 14. But I want to my application to work on all versions. But I got, unfortunately, in Android 8.0, I got the issue. So then how we can identify the same feature what it is working in Android 14 that may not work in Android 8.0. Maybe that will work in a different way. So such kind of things, if you want to understand, we need this version wise features. That's the reason we will discuss those all in detail here, right? Then after here, we'll concentrate on Android architecture. So how the application is up and running, and what is the internal communication between the hardware, software, components, and operating system. So those all will understand here with clearly here. Then after we will discuss on Android installation. So what is the system requirement and how we can install the Android Studio. So how to create an emulator, that is a virtual device, like instead of mobile, if you want, you can run your application on this virtual device. So that we will discuss in detail here. Then after Android Studio features. So like you try to understand the IDE features. So what are the IDE features? How that can be reduce the development time, and what are the things, what are the advantages that we'll discuss. Then after here, each and every version has one SDK, that is the software development kit and respective tools. So how that can help for our development perspective, so that we can discuss here in this. Next, so we will create one first program that is on a name of Hello World. So once we create a project here, so here we can see how to create the project, what are the terms and conditions to create a project, and what are the rules you need to follow while creating the project, and what is the Android Studio project structure, how we need to access the resource, and how we need to organizing the Android resources, that we can see in detail here. Then how to access the alternate resources, some of the external resources if you want to access, and how to access the Kotlin if you write code in Kotlin, how to access the Kotlin. If you write in Java, how to access the Java, and then after how to access the XML file. So these all are the things we will follow here. Then after here, we will concentrate on a XML. So this XML is nothing but here, this is the extensible markup language. So using this extensible markup language, here we have a lot of advantages. Means why we are saying this extensible markup language is nothing but which is the language we use it for the designing, that we can say as the markup language. So that we will see here this. And after that, so the next, which is this basic user interface. Using the above XML rules and regulations, we will design the basic user interfaces using these different kinds of layouts. So on this here, we have relative, linear, table, frame, fragment, grid layout, constant layout. Like these all are different kinds of the layouts. So those layouts, how that is here, we will see that. Then after, sometimes maybe I want to generate the data dynamically, like I want to load 10 employees data at a time, 20 employees the data, like that conditional based data. Here we can see in a dynamic layout. Then after here, now we supposed to do this common UI components, like I want to use text view to display some data, button to submit login, registration, such kind of things. So then checkbox. So user has to select some of the options, that toggle button, on and off, seek bar, like volume control kind of thing, rating bar, we can give the ratings. So radio group, radio buttons. So then images. Then after, we want to create a forms, like I want to capture the data from the user side, like I want to collect the name, email ID, mobile number. So this kind of data I want to capture from the user side. So that is here we are doing this. Next is the components of Android. So these 5 components are very, very important for our development. because based on these 5 components only our application can run. So if we know about these 5 components here, lifecycle, intents, broadcast receiver, services, and content provider. If you know about these 5 components, you can create a static application. Static means which is not communicating to the server. So such kind of application you can create here if you have the knowledge on these components, right? So this each and every component here we will discuss in detail here. The next, I want some advanced user interface, like I want to display list of the things similar, like 100 employees data. So or I have to create like our menu page in our mobile, side by side how the menus will display, like that kind of view I want to create here. So that is here, and I want some drop down option where user can select the data, or while searching automatically some of the hints will come, right? So that is autocomplete text view. So these kind of things here we have to do this here. Then next, multimedia, like how we are handling with the multimedia, like how to handle the video, audio recording, video recording, such kind of examples here we will discuss. Then after, telephony manager, like how we are sending an SMS, how we are sending an emails, calls, IMEI, how to get mobile IMEI. So such kind of things we will do, because this mobile IMEI is nowadays it is important. Like here Phone Pay, Google Pay, which is running, the registered mobile number is available in a phone. Like in similar concept, some of the mobiles, some of the things we can able to do these kind of like IMEI based. So such kind of application, this is very important. And the next, so Wi-Fi manager, like are you connected to Wi-Fi, or you want to check available network surround you? So such things we can do here, right? The next is the phone status, like already as a user I kept my phone is silent, but still from my application side, when I send one notification to the user, I want to vibrate your mobile, or I want to give some ringtone to your mobile. So such kind of things you can handle here. This next is the Bluetooth. So nowadays the Bluetooth is also one of the major feature, because using this we are connecting many IoT devices. So to connect IoT devices, this Bluetooth is nowadays very important. So that we need to discuss here. Then next, this is the intent. As I told already, that is one of the component. But here using an intent, we can do many things. Like I want to move from first page to second page, because almost all the applications have more than one page. So then I want to travel from first to second, or I want to open camera, or I want to open gallery. So such kind of all the things we can do here. Even not only that, I want to transfer the data between the pages. That also we can do this. Next, dialogues, like I want to select my date of birth. So it should come one pop-up on that calendar, will come from the calendar I can pick. And I want to select the time. Time also it should come like, or unfortunately, see now, I trying to close this. It is asking that confirmation. So these kind of confirmation, like that kind of dialogues here we will see this. Like page loading, or alerting the user. So such kind of all the things we will see here. Then after that, activity. This is the one page life cycle, how the single page can perform the, like I'm moving from first to second, second to third. Like these cases, how the first page is performing the activity, second page, how the performing activities, such things we will discuss here. Then service, the background processes. What is the background processes here? It is handling that background processes here we can able to see this. Next is the broadcast receivers. So here we can check the broadcast receiver, like it will give the announcements, like sorry, for this service is nothing but it's a alarm kind of examples, alarm reminders. So such kind of things, it should be service. Also some download. I click on a download app, it is running in the background, so it will give output, right? That is this. Broadcast receiver means like it is say Wi-Fi available, Bluetooth available, and airplane mode is on, or Bluetooth available. Such kind of things here we can handle this. Next is the content provider. So this can provide the data to some of the other applications, like WhatsApp is a simple example for this. So from the WhatsApp, I can able to access the data within an application. Like I can access the data from the application. So that you can able to do here this content means from the contacts we are accessing data to this. That is example for this, like Facebook, Gmail. So these all are comes with the example of content provider. Next, notifications. So I supposed to send the notifications to the users. So here you can send the notifications to the users. So using the in notification intent, so we can send the notifications to these people. Next, web services. This section is main and important for the very important, because without web services nowadays there is no means simply there is no dependency, like there is no application running on this. So that's the reason web services is very important. Using these web services, we can communicate to the server and we will build the dynamic applications. So that, as for the real-time industry oriented, I'll explain you the different scenarios here. This. So on the web services, the first format, like it is a JSON. So we can use the JSON handling here. How we need to do the JSON handling, that we will see here. This. Then after this here, data binding. So this data binding is also one of the real-time concept. So that we will discuss here, how the real-time practice of this. Next, fragments. Fragments is also like it is a reusability of the user interfaces. To avoid the more space for the application, to reduce the space to application. So these fragments can help here. So these fragments we can do with examples here. This. Next is the, like you want to create your local storage. So like for your application, you want to create the one of the system like the local storage. How we need to create a local storage? That you need to create like local database. Means using this SQLite database, you can create online and offline applications. So that we can create here this. Next is the ActiveAndroid. This is the one of the library for the SQLite. So that also we can say advanced library. Next, retrofit. This is one of the concepts we just did about discuss the web services. So on the web services, there are two types of scenarios in a regular industry that people are using. One is the retrofit, other is the volume. So these two we will discuss with the different examples here. We will discuss with this. So that is main and important thing that we will discuss here. So that is the volley versus retrofit, and also we will discuss the this regular basis. What are the differences that we will discuss? Right. Next year, volley. So in this volley, this is also one dependency. Like here industry, 60% of people are using the retrofit and other people are using this volley. So both will discuss. Then after, so to attract the users, so we are creating the material design. Using this material design is also one of the Google concepts. So using this here, we can do many things in this. Like here, I want to do create a material component UI, like whatever the button, checkbox, radio button, whatever the components we are creating, that we can use with the material design. So a lot of things we can create that we will discuss here this. Next, this is like here in this material design, action bar, recycler view, these all are the things we support to discuss here, right? Next here, this Firebase. So this Firebase is also one of the main and important this. So using Firebase, we can do many views here, like when your application has reached in a market, in a Play Store, we don't know who installed our application. Unfortunately, my application has crashed in some of the user. So, but he's not complained anything, but I want to know why that application has crashed in that particular. So here, if I can enable the crash analytics. So if I enable the crash analytics, once that application has crashed on the particular device, I can receive a mail, so and so Samsung mobile and so version. This is means that this application has crashed, like that you will get the here, so that we can able to find out. Like not only this, using this we can build a chart application also, charting application also we can build this. So like these kind of things we can able to see here now, lot of things here in this. Next we will see the Google Maps, how we need to create the Google Maps, that we can able to see here the Google Map code here. And Google Places, how to access the APIs and everything through Google API, that we will see. Then after, we will discuss about the animations, how to add the animations for your application. So the next add more. So how to add the ads to your application and how to maintain this ads account, that we'll discuss in detail. Then after, how to upload the application in a Play Store and how to give updates, that we'll discuss. After that, some of the runtime permissions. So like nowadays, if any application which you install, that is here using this runtime, it is asking that allow permission to that camera, gallery, so contacts, like those permissions is asking. So how those kind of permissions it is accessing, that we will discuss here. The next, like Postman overview, this is one of the third-party tool to test web services. This we will use. Then we can discuss about the GitHub, how to maintain the code repositories in GitHub, that we will discuss with this. And apart from this, I have to introduce from this batch onwards, so some of the AI tools. So to where the code is generating, I supposed to add some of the AI, artificial intelligence tools, where that particular is suitable on the specific areas. I want to explain some of the artificial intelligence related things I want to introduce in this content. So like where we used on the specific location, I'll add that this is the artificial intelligence, like these are the things we are adding. Like in that way, we can go and we can discuss in detail of this each and every feature. Hope this is clear course content wise, or you have any questions? Narendra, it is clear, or you have any questions? Okay, so it is clear. So then now, so yesterday we discussed about this, right? So for that, I'll show you some of the things. Like, so this Android related, there is a one huge, Android as a huge community. So there is huge community we can do lot of wonders, lot of things we can do. So this is the official website for the Android. That is developer.android.com is the official website for this. So here each and everything we can get the code. Like I want to search how to generate text view code, button code, or I want to add web service code. So each and every code here we will get with clear explanation. So this is very, very important. That is, you can save this website developer.android. Means here complete, it is elaboration is there, but apart from this, there are the reference purpose, easy understandable websites also there. That also I'll share you soon. One by one, I'll share you that. So that is one of the important sites. We can do this here. So the next here. So I supposed to go with the next steps here, like how that Android means who invented Android and how this became an open source. So that we supposed to go next. But before going to that, we need to understand few things here. Like first of all, we have to understand what is application. What is application or app? So app and the application both are the same meaning, but in a web terminology we will say as the application. In our mobile app terminology we will say it as the app. So app or the application, it is a group of concepts, group of the features adding together, that simply we can say as the application. Like I want to design a calculator. That calculator I say has the app or the application. So what that can do? That can do everything, like that can do all the similar things together. That is the application that we can use. That is the application we can use. That we can say as app or application. So if we are installing in our mobile, that's the reason we are saying app. If I use the same calculator in a browser, I can say as the application. Like that is one thing. So then next, what is mobile app development? So that is the thing here we are going to see. So we need to understand what is mobile app development. Mobile app development means whatever the applications we are working or we are developing that supposed to run on a specific mobile platform, that we can say as the mobile app development. Here the mobile app development is nothing but here Android development, we are whatever we are doing, that we are doing this. But whatever the course here we are developing, that is native Android development. Native Android development means whatever the code we are writing here, that can be suitable for only for the Android application, Android phone. It can run in an Android environment, not in the iOS environment. That's the reason we are saying that it is a native mobile application development. Our course is the native development, but native Android development is our course. Like similar, we have native iOS development, right? So then next step here, in case if it is a crash platform, there is a one more environment, that is a crash platform. So what is the meaning of the crash platform? Crash platform is nothing but when I write the code in one environment that can be suitable for both like Android and the iOS. But for that, what we will use? Flutter, React.js, Xamarin, So these all are the different tools we will use. But if you want to develop that application, you should have the knowledge on a native development, native Android, native iOS. If you have both knowledge, then only easily you can manage with the next step. Otherwise, you cannot manage the next step. So that is next step. This right. So that is okay. That is next. Then next we will discuss about the Android history, who invented this, how it became an open source. That we will discuss in our next session. As I told initially, we'll spend only half an hour for a few days because maybe other people will come, like they will feel that, okay, you missed a lot of sessions. Like that is the reason I'm going a little bit slow here. Once the people has done, we can go with properly. So you have any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay, so then we will meet tomorrow.